So as you probably seen from the title of the video, this is kind of like a part two
Yeah.
of the first part of this conversation, or the roommates channel with this woman called Kim Sandy.
He's Kim Sandy.
I don't know. We'll probably do some more research afterwards. Promise, we couldn't find her. We don't know who she is, what she does, but
Hey, maybe it's only anyway. We'll see now. I don't know, man. Well, I guess we will find out.
the conversation is titled Kim Sandy explains the dark side of OnlyFans and Instagram modeling. And personally, I only found about OnlyFans last month.
Wait, yeah, it's been about for a while now.
But Shagan's telling me that these guys, these women are making money.
Making serious money. Making peas. Making a lot of money. Take pictures of toes.
Like, are you talking the money where save up for retirement money?
I'm talking about these lot don't have to work money. They don't work.
Wow.
Because it's directly to them. Like, it's like you're paying for service like £20 a month for me to be sending you pictures or something like that. It's directly to them. It's not like it's now YouTube paying off a YouTube ad or something like that. It's a subscription based thing.
Interesting.
So
I'm actually gonna look into this platform more later. So to be honest, see what we're saying. Cool.
OnlyFans would not leave her, like her credibility. She had no credibility at that point. They were bashing her. Her DMs were nothing of her nudes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, credibility went down the line. So it's kind of hard to break that barrier of, all right, take me serious as a photographer.
Yeah.
Like, see me as this. So I remember she deactivated her account for quite a few months. She went through that mental breakdown. I think she was honestly depressed. She said that herself. It took a lot. It took a toll on her.
Is the balance between sex sells and not wanting to portray yourself as a certain kind of girl. Like, what is the balance? And what I mean by that is
like an OnlyFans girl and
so it's like, let's say you want to work for Vanity Fair, you want to work for Vogue, you want to be on these covers of these magazines, right? So you're right, like your image matters, right? So you don't want to be like, okay, just this, Magic City, stripper type girl. Like, you want to have universal appeal to work with all these companies. But one thing that you know on social media is that sex sells. And the more provocative image you post, that's where you get the views. And that's where you get the likes.
Well, it depends, because I've seen that too. I remember there was which I don't like when girls try to think things are in competition. But there was a girl and she really messaged me this, and she was just like, that's why my page blew up faster than yours, is because I posted half naked pictures, this and that.
She told you that?
Yeah,
wow.
And it was really crazy.
Wow. Is that something that you just brag about?
This is the world we live in.
Yeah, mad. That's mad still.
This is the world we live in.
That's mad. Like, who does that? Why would you even message that as well?
Wow.
Like, that's weird. That is mad weird. That's not normal.
Whoa. Woo.
Again, there's nothing new. It's not me. I'm moving away from this west. I'm moving out of the west, man.
People are bragging about this stuff.
Boy.
That's why I'm also, bro.
Yeah, like, rah, okay.
Whoa, baby,
Crazy, because it was just like, even for me, I was like, that's cool that's great, your followings are growing, but like, me personally, what I'm trying to brand myself as and the networks I want to work with, that's not what they go for. And even if I don't have the amount of following yet, like, I know that eventually I'm going to get there, and I'm going to keep going until I get there, but I don't feel that I have to be butt booty naked or bent over just to get attention. That's cool that it does work for some, but for me, like, that's just not something that I wanted. And it was funny because, she did blow up really, really fast with that.
Yeah.
And now all her content, if she posts herself in regular clothes or something simple, she's not getting that many likes. She's not getting that many views, because what do they want to see? Exactly what you blew up for, your butt.
Yeah.
For me, I can just post anything regular and I'm still going to get the same amount of likes, the same amount of views. And now my following is just as high as hers.
That's one of the challenges I've heard Gary Vee talk about, where he says a lot of Instagram models and girls who are on Instagram, they want to post other things, but they know it won't get likes and it won't get views. So they feel trapped to simply post those things.
I feel like it's kind of a cop out or an easy way out. Like some
Okay.
people, like I was saying, like for her, she wanted an easy way out. Like she wanted the followers quick, the attention quick. And I mean, you can do that by doing so, but there's still other ways. I follow a lot of girls. Like my inspirations, the girls that I follow, and the reason why my content is the way it is because I follow girls with the same amount of followings or maybe even more, but their pictures are classy. They're still getting the same amount of views, attraction. Like they're getting high agencies that want to work with them. So that's who I follow. Compared to, I could have went the easy way and done so, but at the same time, one, that's not me. Two, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And three, any brand or anything that's going to come my way with that is not something that I want to work with.
Exactly. And that's the part where I feel like a lot of the girls who are trying to be in the model industry, they don't understand the longevity of a career.
That can really affect you. Like when it comes to big brands, like I'm not going to say the names, but per se, like that's a liability, like especially for like OnlyFans or how you portray yourself, like because you have to think about it, you're gonna be representing their brand. You have to look at it like, do I fit their brand? Do the things that I post fit in that category? Or because they're gonna look at your page if they see that it's raunchy and it doesn't fit their brand. No, they're not gonna work with you. They're gonna keep swiping. Yeah, you have followers and things, but at the same time, that's a liability for their attraction. Like, no, they don't want it.
Yeah, no, that's a great point because I feel like a lot of people, they don't see that.
I don't think that always applies. If I'm being honest, I'm not condoning like that stuff. I don't think that always applies because there are people in the public eye that are doing both sides. Kim Kardashian, Cardi
That's
B.
different. No, but then Cardi B.
They're playing both sides of the field.
But
If you're being honest.
Number one, Cardi B's image, she was a stripper and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But now she does in music. So anything that, like, all of her kind of brand partnerships and stuff like that is stemming more from the music kind of side of thing. So it's not just the content on Instagram.
I agree. It's not like it was
it's
before.
not like,
I agree.
And it's not like these Instagram girls
I
like
agree.
she's talking about, or the OnlyFans girls, where the only way people know you is from this content here. There's no other dynamic that's being expressed with you. So like now, like a sportswear brand can kind of approach Cardi B and say, "Oh yeah, do you want to work?" Because they know that she's a superstar as well. She makes music, so it's different kind of thing. And she's kind of segued away from just being about stripping and all of that kind of stuff or whatever that she used to do. Like, and similar thing with Kim Kardashian, and even with Kim Kardashian, it's different because Kim Kardashian's following is massive in compares to even these lot. Like even if you've got 1 million followers like these lot, Kim Kardashian's following is like what, in the hundreds of millions. Yeah, exactly. So it's different. And again, like if you look at everything around her as well, like her connections already, she already had connections before the social media kind of thing. She's married to Kanye West. Like it's different. You can't even compare yourself to those people there because that's a whole different level. And regardless of what your brand is, and again, some brands will still not work with Kim Kardashian based on just the way she is. Like she could go and like, I don't know, for example, like I don't know, I'm trying to think of like some of these mad fashion houses. She can't go there. She can't. They won't work with her.
You don't think so?
No. That's why none of them. There's only one of them in their family, which is what's her name again? The one that actually does model. Kendall Jenner or whatever. Yeah. She actually models for these fashion houses. If you go on her Instagram, you can see it's more classy, more kind of thing than some of the other ones in the family. Like it's more not modest. Like she's still like doing her own thing, but like it's not going to be the same kind of content that you would have seen back in the day on like Kim Kardashian's kind of thing.
I think it goes back to one of the other reactions videos that we had where we were speaking about money talks. I think if you have the money, okay, it's true. You the door of opportunity to do the other thing might not be as big, but if you have the money, you'll be able to switch sides. The money and the status, you'll be able to play on both sides.
Not in all cases, especially when you're working with like brands that have a heritage or they're known for something. Like I feel like if it's like if it's Pretty Little Thing or all of these kind of places, you can do that. That's easy because they don't kind of have that heritage. But if you now like it's a serious like I don't know like Yves Saint Laurent on one of these like mad fashion houses that have built up a prestige or something like that, and then now it's you won't find them just go and get any OnlyFans girl because like they're like bruv, that image is kind of perceived as like I don't even know what words I can use before I come and destroy me, man. Anyway, it's perceived as not classy.
Yeah. I get
pretty
you,
much the opposite of what their brand kind of is.
I get that. Okay. Let's see what else they have to say.
They don't see that life is a marathon, not a sprint, and there's so many things you can do.
There you go. That's what I like. I like that.
There's so many things that people see in the short term that you can post that can benefit you, but in regards to 30, 40 years down the line, real long-term careers.
It can ruin a lot. I know a girl, just for another example, she wanted to be a photographer. She takes photos now, but the biggest thing for her was same thing. I think it's that young mentality too, and just kind of getting caught up in the whole fame thing. But she started doing the OnlyFans. She stopped doing it because she even said it. She admitted, she was like, it was easy money. It was easy money. She could do whatever she wanted, travel.
So how much would you say the average girl is making a month? If you're just a guesstimate, I mean,
on what?
On OnlyFans.
Ooh. I don't even know.
You don't know?
I know. The only reason I know one person, we can drop names. Ruby Rose posted hers, and she made like $22K in like a week or two.
Yeah, but
that's her following was like totally.
It's mad, isn't it? It's actually mad. It's mad. It's mad. There's people making serious money. There's
some
people making serious money from that.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? 22K in a week.
And that's even like 22K. Let's say someone makes 30K. Let's say after tax. That's 22K.
Boy, fam, 22K in a week for what? For nothing. There's no real work that's there. It's mad. It's actually mad. Again, I say men are weak. That's what it is. Men are weak. So. In one sense, I'm like, bro, these girls are actually hustlers. You're doing your thing, you're making your money, but it's still mad though. It's just mad. It's mad.
Different. So a regular typical girl, I don't really know.
Yeah, and then we can even talk about that because what happens is that a lot of girls will show that they made this money in a month, and that's because they just opened their OnlyFans.
After that. It definitely, because of course the hype, like guys are going to be like, oh my God, I wonder what she's posting on there. So they click it. And then after that, to keep them, you have to start doing more. More and more and more. Like I've heard that too, where girls are just like, I can't do it anymore. It was like, I thought it was going to be easy money. It was the first month, but it's because of that attraction. Like they want to see what you're posting, and then they get used to it. Like, oh, it's probably the same stuff that you post on Instagram. Or at that point, they're like, okay, I already seen this. Like, I want to see.
So basically, you're saying the guys are wanting edgier and edgier content from these OnlyFans girls.
Definitely.
But then the challenge is like, once you're branded as an OnlyFans girl, it's harder
to get out. Same thing like what I was saying with her. Easy, quick money. Then she realized like guys wanted more, and that's not something that she wanted to do. And I'm like, yeah, that's a whole lifestyle that you have to pretty much become. And if that's not you, then it's not going to work for you. So she was just like, her real passion is photography. She started doing photography, but that OnlyFans would not leave her. Like her credibility, she had no credibility at that point. They were bashing her. Her DMs were nothing of her nudes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, credibility went down the line. So it's kind of hard to break that barrier of, all right, take me serious as a photographer.
Yeah.
Like, see me as this. So I remember she deactivated her account for quite a few months. She went through that mental breakdown. I think she was honestly depressed. She said that herself. It took a lot. It took a toll on her. Because you think that you could run away from things, but once it's on the internet, that thing's on there forever.
Yeah, that's real because, like...
Woo! That touches exactly what I was going to say. Whoa.
The internet. That's the thing. I feel like bad people forget that the moment that you put something, you upload something, it's there. It's actually there. It's actually there. A lot of people forget that. But
and it can come back to haunt you.
100%. And that goes back to what they were saying as well. Like, a lot of people don't think of longevity. They don't think about the future. They think about now. Like, oh yeah, let me make my money now. But how's that going to affect you making money in the future? How's that going to affect you, your family? How's that going to affect your friends? How's that going to affect your life in the future? People don't think about that, but I mean,
it's like if you're always telling jokes, always,
yeah.
When you're being serious, people are not going to
take you serious. It's true. It's true.
Like I came across one snippet of interview. I think DJ Khaled did with Janae Aiko. and he was talking about her relationship. It's just conversation. When I was reading the comment, someone in the comment said, even when Khaled is being serious, I can't take him serious because he's always he's just that he's just that guy.
It's true, you know. I can't take him serious. I don't think I could have a serious conversation with this guy, bro. I start laughing because, bro, we the best, man. Hey, nah.
It's true. Yeah. Wow. I think that should make everyone like more self-aware. You know, the things you do, what you say, you know, and there are repercussions as well at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
You should continue going down the road. Yeah, wow.
Boy.
Back in the day, what I noticed was a lot of girls who were like especially the strippers, what they would do after they're done stripping, they would like move to a new city or move to a new town, you know, get into real estate, you know, to get
not real estate,
you know what I mean, to get away. And but at the end of the day, like if you were a stripper in Seattle, you moved to, you know, Pensacola, Florida. No one knows that back in the day.
Yeah.
But today in the digital era, like we said, everything is permanent. So you
taking pictures, they're posting you.
Yeah, so it's like you're having an OnlyFans, and then you're trying to do the whole brand, you know, rebrand. You know, that travels.
It's hard.
People can Google search and find out. Like you said, a lot of these big brands, before they work with you, they do a lot of investigation.
Literally, they have fake pages just to do research on you. If you ever had a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, they're doing their dirt.
So why don't other women teach girls about stuff like this? Why don't they ever teach girls about stuff like that?
I don't know, because I mean, I guess too, you have to ask. Like, closed mouths don't get fed. A lot of girls don't ask; they just see one way, and that's kind of. I mean, you can see a girl, and if you really care or if you know them, you might reach out like, "Hey, is this something that you really want to do?" Because there are girls that's just something that they want to do. Like, that's the industry they want to be in. So I would hate to reach out to someone that this is something that they really want.
Yeah.
I don't normally necessarily don't say anything unless someone like comes to me like for advice, like, "Hey, I actually want to take this serious and start doing this," and I'm like. And they might bring up like, okay, I've been doing stuff like this, and I'm like, if you're really looking to do this, maybe we shouldn't. But other than that, I mean, it's not really a platform, I guess, people to ask.
Because that's my big thing. I remember there was back in the day, I used to love video vixens. I love them. And I remember one of my favorites was on a podcast like years later. And she was one of those girls who were really popping in 2000. And she was talking about, like, the industry. How the industry takes these young girls, they use them, and then they throw them to the side.
Throw them right back out to the streets.
And so, to me, it was like, man, and then you have so many girls who are unaware of this story. Like, they're still falling into these same traps that the girls before them fell into. So I was like, yo, I wonder why more women don't have platforms and podcasts and shows to, like, warn some of these girls about these plays in the industry. Because a lot of these girls are, like you said, they see the bright lights, they see followers, they see the excitement, and they're jumping head deep, and they're not realizing that there are real consequences for these
I've heard
actions.
a lot of stories. I've heard a lot of girls come to me with some crazy stories. And honestly, I can't even lie. I've been there, done that. Like, same thing. Like, when you get into the industry, you see the lights, and it's like, all right, cool. This. Things happen. It's like, whoa, this is not what I thought.
Yeah.
This is not what I thought.
Yeah. So what's interesting to me is what I realize happens for a lot of girls who get into this industry is that it begins to change them. You know, and it begins to change it because Louis Farrakhan, I don't know how you guys feel about him, but Louis Farrakhan had this quote where he said, men are like the sun and women are like the moon. And the same way that the moon doesn't have light, but the light from the moon is reflection of the sun, a lot of times the character of a woman is reflection of the man that she's around. So what I've seen a lot of times is that a lot of girls in these industries, they start hanging around these certain guys and these certain people, and it begins to shape them and it begins to change them. So when you were in the industry, when you were like really, you know, with the movers and shakers in Atlanta, did you see yourself being changed, or do you feel like you remained constant throughout the process?
Throughout the process, I felt like I do believe that where you kind of become who you hang around. I've seen a lot of times guys who have opportunities, girls flock to them because they put it out there like, hey, I can help you because I know this person or that person, I can connect you. Next thing you know, they're working with girls, booking girls, and now these girls, well, I really feel like it's up to you. like when it comes to your morals and your standards. For me, when I was put in certain situations, my number one thing is, at the end of the day, never forget who you are. It's so easy to get caught up in the lifestyle. It's so easy to do things that you don't want to do just because you think that you're going to get some type of reach or attraction by someone that doesn't even probably gonna think twice about you, honestly. Or if someone tells you you have to do certain things, like at the end of the day, if you don't want to do it, if you normally wouldn't do it, don't do it. I've known girls that say, I only did it because he said that I would get this much content, or this agency would reach out to me, or this and that. Like, if you're uncomfortable, it's okay to say no. I've said no like a lot of times, and I feel like a lot of times people are afraid to say no because not only do they not maybe come from something.
So what are these guys asking you guys to do?
Let's see. I've heard crazy stuff. I know for me personally, like when it came to me, when I said I was doing music videos, and I already knew I didn't like music videos. I didn't want to be a video vixen. There's nothing wrong with being a video vixen. I just know for me, that wasn't something that I wanted to do. But I said, hey, I'll try it out just to see. Just like the whole dancing or maybe doing like provocative things, or like I know sometimes on set, like they'll want you to smoke with them, they want you to drink with them just to get the vibe, and the girls will be like,
That's
I don't
crazy.
really want to, but I mean, I don't want to say no and it looks bad. And it's like, no, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Like if we're working, at the end of the day, this is business. I am on set, I am working. Like this is not a party, I'm not at a club, I'm getting paid at the end of the day. Like I need to make sure that I'm content and I'm stable and I know exactly what's going on. And I've heard things where they'll get the girls drunk, next you know, the video's over and they're still partying, and Lord knows what.
I was abusive. They like cut and they still turning up.
Yeah, they're still going.
Right.
But it takes a lot of like confidence too, and just knowing the business. Like for me, I know when I'm on set, like I'm here to work. Once my timer's up, I'm gone.
And that's something that I've noticed happens a lot in Atlanta. You know, like you said, when they get into these environments, it's like it really blinds them, and they, like you said, they lose themselves.
You do,
and
you
they,
can.
and they forget, like, and then like a lot of times, just like.
And then with the image, a lot of times when you see things, like when you come from something where you don't have that, and you're around people that do, you're gonna probably, most likely, depends on who you are as a person, do anything possible to either get into that lifestyle, and once you're in that lifestyle, now you're trying to stay in that lifestyle, and now you lose your morals a lot of the times. Unless you're a smart way and you might do a business or whatever the case may be, invest. Some people do that. It does happen. But a lot of times it's just they get caught up in that whole lifestyle, and it's just like, well, I want to continue living like this because I love this lifestyle. I love the things that I'm getting. I love the experiences that are coming my way. Like, I want to keep up with it. So they do things that they might not typically normally do.
Boy,
She hit the nail on the flipping head.
that's
man.
mad. There's a lot of things that I didn't even deep. Like it actually makes sense. Like especially when they were talking about like even just with regards to like the OnlyFans and stuff like that. Like you can only show your body like a number of times before it's just like okay, you've seen it. But then you're got to keep your audience entertained. You have to keep doing stuff, more and more stuff. And like, where's the limit with that?
Even life goes on, you know.
Yeah, it's mad. It's actually just mad.
But you have to live with what you did yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like a lot more women as well need to, like you were saying as well, a lot more women actually need to come out and speak about their experience in such industries and stuff like that. Because I feel like a lot of people getting involved into that stuff without having any idea of how, or the repercussions, or like how it could hamper their lives and in the future kind of thing.
Or like she said, you know, if you come for a background where, you know, you didn't have anything, or maybe you didn't have all the things that you wanted, and now you have an opportunity to have the things you wanted the most, you know, you're put in a predicament where you have to either change to obtain what you want, or stay the same and not have it. And a lot of people in this context, women will choose the former, the first thing, you know, which is mad.
Actually, it's very mad.
Which goes both ways, but it's true. It explains a lot, like why people make certain decisions. You know, it's just mad. And even like, with what you were saying, it reminds me actually of a passage in the Bible where it says, "Bad company corrupts good character."
Yeah, it's true.
You know, so if you're around those kind of spaces, You're one of those people. No one's there to G-check you.
Yeah.
You know, you're gravitating to the kind of people. Then
you always be influenced, no matter how strong character you believe
Yeah.
you are as well. You always be influenced because all it takes is someone's like, just try this one time or just do this one time, and then you try it this one time, and then boy, like,
yeah,
that's
man.
the thing.
It's mad, crazy. Some people, I understand how some people were, can I say they're groomed? Let's say they're influenced to kind of be like this.
Yeah.
But some people are just gravitating towards it, like voluntarily gravitating towards it.
I mean, because they're looking at the present benefits as well. A lot of the time is money, really. A lot of the time is money. Or if it's like on social media or something like Instagram, it's the following. And having the big following, everyone now knows that it also brings money as well. So ultimately, I feel like it's money that attracts a lot of people to doing things in general in life. Like money attracts a lot of people to doing things that they wouldn't have done, kind of thing, if money didn't exist.
Wow. Whew, there's some real talk there.
Wait.
I do a bit more of my private investigation later on. See, check this stuff out. But wow, very interesting conversation.
Yeah, for real.
A lot of notes, life lessons, whatever.
Yeah, more conversations. Need more conversations like this. To be honest,
100%. Like even just like the whole idea of just having conversations like this. Sometimes I used to think before that, what's the point of having conversations? Because that doesn't mean that something is done. But that's at least bringing the awareness.
It's bringing the awareness. That's the thing.
You know.
Awareness is key. Like, I don't think you can always influence, even if these conversations are there, I don't think you will always be able to influence everyone or anything like that. But as long as, like, in the back of their head or wherever it is, that's looked in, like, as long as there's something there that's allowing them to weigh up their options, that's key. Because
It's
even
true.
with like when people go and do stuff like this and like, fam, even like with people like selling drugs and stuff like that, I'm very against all of that kind of stuff, yeah. But like, even when I look at examples of like people that they just don't know when to stop, there's no exit strategy, you just want to continue doing this, I'm like, bruv, there's a reason why you get caught. There's a reason why it's not gonna end well. Because again, you haven't even done no research. You're just there living for now. You're not looking at the risk. You're not looking at how your life could be affected. You're just doing things now.
Well, that's a good conversation.
Yeah.
Very, very good one. It's another part of that of a previous one. But yeah, hope you enjoy. Any questions, thoughts, feedback, please let us know.
Let's know.